Does Scrum allow you to do twice the work in half the time? That's such a bullshit marketing thing, isn't it? Right? That's a I want to sell lots of books phrase. Does it do that? No. Right? That's not what you're trying to achieve. When you say twice the features in half the time, right? You're talking about a 400% increase. If my math is right, that's 400% increase in output, and it's an output focused measure, right? Features is output, and Scrum is not output focused, it's outcome focused. We want more value, not more stuff. If we could deliver 10% of the stuff that I deliver but 100 times the value, it's going to be better, right? So that's just it's terrible phrase, and probably has done quite a lot of damage to in the industry, or at least it seems to have damaged that. But also what he actually talks about in the book, right? That's the title of the book. It's like when you see Agile books that have the word best practice on the front, and you're like, oh, but there's no such thing as best practice in the Agile world. It's, emergent practices. Yeah, but your publisher's not going to sell a book that says adequate practices on it, right? They're going to sell a book that says best practices because that's marketing. So when you actually look at the contents of the book, how he explains what he meant by twice the features in half the time, I think it gets a little bit better, right? It gets a little bit better. And it is definitely a book I have leveraged successfully with people in leadership to get them more friendly, more on board with the process, especially if they're very opposed, right? Because it's got that covers a good lead, right? The opportunity pickup of that book. So I have leveraged it. I have bought copies of the book. I have a box somewhere with copies, and I will go leave them near executive bathrooms in customers I go, and then they're gonna. That's that book that they pick up and just sit and have a read of, and it talks about the OODA loop. It talks about Jeff when he was a fighter pilot, and just those compelling stories about where he felt some of this stuff came from, and being able to do that. But no, the title of the book is just it's bullshit. You're not getting twice the features in half the time. You maybe twice the value in half the features. I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. But you want to be focused on outcome, not output.